In Daniel, chapter 8, verses 23 through 27, a prophecy unfolds about the latter time of a kingdom marked by the rise of a king with a fierce countenance and an understanding of dark sentences. This king, described with mighty power, not of his own, is foretold to destroy wonderfully, prosper, and practice against the mighty and the holy people. Through his policy, he would cause craft to prosper, magnify himself, and ultimately stand against the Prince of Princes, only to be broken without human intervention. This prophecy holds a dual significance, as it is said to be true of both Antiochus and the Antichrist. Antiochus, IV, the eighth king in the Seleucid line, ruled from 175 BC to 164 BC and manifested as a treacherous monarch, particularly against the people of Israel. The historical context and the prophecy's language draw parallels between Antichrist and the Antichrist. A noteworthy parallel lies in the claim to divinity made by both figures. Antiochus took on the title Epiphanes, signifying the illustrious one or God manifest, while the Antichrist exalts himself above all that is called God, setting himself up in the temple as if he were God. 2 Thessalonians 2:4. Both figures impose their own religions, asserting their authority over matters of faith. Another striking parallel is their apparent prosperity and success, with Antiochus's reign appearing as a total triumph until its downfall. Similarly, the Antichrist's rule is predicted to seem like a complete victory until God intervenes. In the prophetic verses of Daniel chapter 8, a vivid portrayal of the end times unfolds, encompassing both historical and future events. The cryptic language speaks of a king with a fierce countenance, skilled in dark sentences, rising in the latter days to bring about destruction and prosper through cunning. This narrative, while historically aligned with Antiochus, IV also holds parallels with the anticipated arrival of the Antichrist. Antiochus, IV, an eighth king in the Seleucid line, ruled from 175 BC to 164 BC, displaying treacherous and vengeful characteristics. His animosity extended particularly towards the people of Israel, reflecting the destructive nature foretold in Daniel's prophecy. The passage from verses 23 to 27 is not confined to Antiochus alone, as it hints at a dual fulfillment with the Antichrist, introducing a narrative that spans both near and far prophetic events. The similarities between Antiochus and the Antichrist become more apparent when examining verses 9 to 14. Both figures claim God-like status and enforce their own religions. Antiochus arrogantly assumed the title Epiphanes, meaning illustrious, one or God manifest. Similarly, the Antichrist exalts himself above all that is called God, asserting divinity in a future temple. Two striking parallels emerge: their claims to deity and the imposition of their religions. Antiochus and the Antichrist both seek to eradicate existing beliefs, demanding worship and allegiance to themselves. Their reigns seem successful, but just as Antiochus faced downfall, the Antichrist's apparent triumph will be overturned by divine intervention. The narrative extends beyond historical figures, delving into the concept of a new world order, a global political system under a singular ruler. This theory, often associated with the Antichrist, envisions a unified world bringing an end to conflicts and promising prosperity. Revelations chapter 13, verses 15 to 17, reinforces this idea, detailing a world leader forcing a mark upon all, controlling economic transactions. The ominous mark, either on the forehead or right hand, becomes a key element of economic control, restricting buying and selling. While the Bible doesn't explicitly mention a cashless society, the economic strategy of the Antichrist involves a mark that will be indispensable for financial transactions. This concept aligns with the modern notion of a cashless society, hinting at a future where economic participation is contingent upon allegiance to a singular global authority.